I got this. What is going on here? What am I witnessing? Here we go as I'm filling out the other videos on YouTube and trying to catch up with all this content.
Please welcome Sean Layden.
It's a tent!
Hey guys. Good evening everyone and welcome. And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church.
Preach!
This fulfills your obligation for the coming Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out. It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under this single tent. And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman, it doesn't end that way. It doesn't end that way. So, but no, again, thank you. And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year. You know, we look at what the stories have we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas around what we can do for this show. So tonight, we're going to have, rather than a bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way, so you can learn about what's going on with these games and what's coming up in the future. You know, what we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do. Our teams of creatives and studios and designers.
This is the same speech that I've heard about 5 times at this E3.
That's what we're trying to do here at PlayStation.
Endless.
This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your mind.
This isn't creepy at all.
And tonight,
Oh,
we're
welcome
beginning
back.
here in this tent, this church tent we've created here in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage, introduce to you, Gustavo Santorea.
Holy crap, alright, we're good. I got one of them out, I didn't get both out. I'm a little thirsty though, I need some water. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Are they kicking this off with like Last of Us or something?
Maybe.
Oh, put your phones down and just watch it, you bunch of millennial fuckboys. Jesus. Just be there. As if this is not being recorded by cameras and audio 1,000 times better than your friggin' 3-year-old iPhone. Just be there. Why does this look like Mickey Rourke is playing the banjo? But like Mickey Rourke before he became a go-go dancer.
Yep.
Which feed are you watching? Because you're obviously ahead of me.
IGN. I'll link you right now.
Here. Because you're like aeons ahead of me.
Went back home, jumped into bed, 44 pistol under my head. I woke up in the morning about half.
And that's why they're in this tent. An elaborate ploy.
I hate these things.
Hey, it's the guy from Fast and the Furious. It's Han.
Your old man really laid into me today.
What happened?
Wait, are we getting the audio
Big
piped
lecture about my
from
patrols. Don't go here.
the
don't go
auditorium?
there.
Yes.
Funny how involved he gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
2 weeks until we're back together.
Not gonna happen. She, say something to you?
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey! What took you so long? Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
Dina?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir. Such a dick. Come on. Why don't you start with me? Okay, I have a very serious question for you. How bad do I smell? Like a hot pile of garbage? Oh. Okay. Oh.
Oh,
How
rip.
about that? Gross. You love it. Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
That was a quick change of pace.
It's another one of those themes from E3 2018 is the 0 to 100 pace change. I don't want to call it pandering, but fuck, see, this is what I was talking about before. When everyone does it, like, or when enough people do it for the sake of pandering, when it's done, like, and it's not supposed to be pandering, it becomes hard to tell whether or not it's pandering.
So you gotta stop pandering to the panderers.
Ah! Oh, is Ellie already confirmed? So before this, Ellie was confirmed. Okay, well then that's okay. That's good then. All right, thank God.
Yeah, it's a continuation on all the existing character themes.
I didn't know if I was gonna have to be salty about Naughty Dog.
They are mastered with sin. What is freedom? Holy shit!
That's uncomfortable.
Spread out.
Yeah, real shocker here. Naughty Dog game looks good graphically. Looks great, sounds great. Power for the course.
That dodge animation.
Oh, savage.
She went into the grass. Watch yourself. Ethan.
What?
Wolf. She came through here. Damn it. Double back. Go.
Oh, not in the kneecap.
Right in the face, bro.
They have this shit played out so perfectly that she's running out of ammo for dramatic effect.
Yeah. It's still nice to see that only like 1 or 2 shots kills a person. Not like bullet sponging.
Yeah.
Ooh. It would never play out like this for most people, though.
No.
But, you know.
Most? You mean everyone. Ever. But it is in-game, in-engine shit.
Yeah.
It's just...
It
It's
counts.
just tool-assisted.
Yeah, like the perfection of panning the camera this way to track everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they know where they're gonna go.
Holy MacGyver.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Took that hammer shot like a champion.
See, I told you. He should be terrified.
Okay.
That was a long, nice slice of gameplay. Not much fluff.
Certainly not holding back on the intensity.
Nope.
Going straight for the disemboweling.
That was a new look at The Last of Us Part 2. We're here live in Los Angeles at the PlayStation E3 showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later. And I am joined by my good friend, Ryan Clements.
Hello, Mr. Schumann.
How are you?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be here at the PlayStation Showcase. And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios a little later when the showcase resumes. And what better guest to have for joining us about Worldwide Studios than the chairman of Worldwide Studios, Mr. Sean Layden. Hello, sir.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here so fast?
We created this pneumatic tube that I was dropped into and shot right across to the studio here.
Right over here. Well, it's good to have you here.
Well, it's great to be here. And I think that was a very powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's right, and there's much more to come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2 here just for a moment. You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to developing this game?
Where's their head at? I mean, they are everywhere. They're looking at what can do in the next iteration of the Last of Us series, and I think what we saw tonight, I mean, that piece of content was so impactful. I mean, the whole relationship between Ellie and Dina going into the combat sequence really shows that they're pulling out all the stops over at Naughty Dog, and they're going to have a very broad and ranging game that's not going to make you only work at it as a player, but you're going to have to just think as a person what you're coming up against.
I can't wait to see more of that, and that was first gameplay we saw there of The Last of Us Part 2, looking obviously incredible. And speaking of incredible, I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Horizon, you had God of War, which needs no introduction, and Detroit Become Human. I mean, what is the secret, and what are you doing over there at Worldwide Studios? What's going on there?
The rule number one is do no harm, right? Right. In a lot of ways, my job is just to move the boulders out of the road to make sure that creative talent can get where they need to go. You know, provide backup, provide scope, you know, provide generalized, you know, advice about where we can take this as an industry and as a gaming culture. But honestly, we've got 13 studios worldwide. We try to give them as much creative control as possible and just help support them through to their vision. That's kind of what we've been trying to do here for the last dozen years or so with Worldwide Studios. And I think right now, certainly in the PS4 era, you're seeing a lot of that coming into play right now.
That's great to hear that. And, you know, I mean, speaking about making fans happy, I mean, I think there's a question that I've been getting a whole lot, and it has to do with God of War. You know, this is a celebrated game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention was, you know, I get a lot of tweets about New Game Plus. You know, is this something that you and Santa Monica Studio are evaluating for God of War?
You know, it's crazy. With the advent of social media, we get a lot of real-time feedback
know if that's the
from the fans
camera
and the community,
or
and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here, not talk about it all. But it's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop. And I'm happy to say today that the teams are working on it, and we should have some more updates on that. We'll put that through the blog, but it's going to happen.
All right.
Definitely.
I think it's more about the canvas moving.
Finished God of War with a 2-year-old at home. That makes me very happy. I will somehow find more
scary,
time.
But okay.
I will find time to He wasn't watching.
Okay, thank God.
I want to confirm that.
Kids don't try this at home.
Asleep. But yeah, thank you so much, Sean. And it's great to hear that you and the amazing team at Santa Monica Studio are making that happen.
Hey, if we can create functionality and features that allow people to spend more time in the worlds we build, that's by definition.
Oh no, I saw the lens flare there.
Fantastic.
Finally.
So New Game Plus that is confirmed. That is coming to God of War. We'll have full details on PlayStation Blog shortly. We have a lot more to talk about too.
Yeah, and actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the 4 main games that we would be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Well, you know, every year we try to let the stories we have to tell design the experience we're going to create. And this year we felt that what we really want to do is take people on a journey deep into the content, deep into the 4 big pillar games that we're working on right now, and get them to see a bit more about the stories you're trying to tell and the way it's going to be expressed and what they get out of it. It's a really wide range of titles there, anything from The Last of Us 2, which you saw right now, through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting to have some big flashy new idea come out or some big surprise come out. come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside of the games we're working on.
Wonderful. And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games in the showcase later tonight. Do you have any personal games that you're most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think the teams are really crushing it right across the board.
Fair enough.
But one thing I would say is there's one of the games that we're having out today that will be playable in 3 months and available in stores, and that's our favorite web slinger.
Of course.
Spider-Man. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, and I think the folks at home should be happy with what they're going to get.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for dropping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
It's great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station then.
All right, please do.
All right.
And
wear the helmet.
We do have a lot more in store coming up in just a few minutes as the E3 showcase continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Oh boy, Call of Duty. I've been waiting for my Call of Duty.
That isn't how any of this works.
Don't question it.
I just did.
We need to fund this ammunition immediately.
Get immediate access to Back in Black maps in Call of Duty
Holy
Black
shit.
Ops 3 only when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Welcome back. We are having the PlayStation E3 showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here, but we've got some good stuff to talk about. And we've got some good friends as well.
Yeah.
Meredith Molinari and Ramon
There's
Russell.
so
Welcome.
much downtime. Show me the fucking
Friendly
games.
faces right before the showcase.
So they weren't joking. They have like 4 video games
So I say
to
we
show.
keep this moving here. And when it comes to Call of
And
Duty,
that's
we
it.
know that a bunch of remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2
I guess
are
when
making their way to
when
Call
you're
of Duty Black
smoking
Ops 4 this
Microsoft
October
so
on launch
hard,
day.
you don't need
But
to
what we
worry
just
about
learned here is that
actually
those
putting
maps,
together
those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops
an E3
3 as well
presentation.
for those who pre-order Black Ops 4 on PlayStation Store.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. But what if I don't own Call of Duty Black Ops 3?
Well, that's where it gets a little more interesting, my friend.
Oh.
So tonight,
planned it.
we are actually doing a surprise PlayStation Plus game drop.
Surprise.
That is going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, very nice. This is why I love E3, because not only do we get to share awesome news with our audience, but PlayStation Plus subscribers get a little treat.
Get a little extra
little tasty treat.
Right, little mid E3 supply drop for you there.
There you go. Perfect.
You know, we've been sharing a lot of good news. We got to share 5 really cool announcements last week when we did our countdown, kind of ramping up for tonight's big showcase.
That's right. We had the countdown to E3, and that was 5 game reveals and updates over a span of 5 days. A lot of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
They're doing this because they're probably setting up the stage for their next one of the big 4 games. And so we get this stuff in between, which is pre-recorded whatever. Tetris Effect, Panic.
What is with all the Tetris? Is that the new resurgence after Battle Royale?
Yes, Tetris Battle Royale.
What is this?
That's what I'm asking.
I have to figure out what happened. Okay, wake up, focus, remember. From the
We are just plowing through games.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Was that 3 games, 4 games there?
It's still going.
Oh my god.
Welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from the E3 PlayStation Showcase. I mean, when I say a few minutes, I mean we're really. So let's keep moving here. There was a lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we could see the crowd is seated. The people are about ready to go. This show's about to continue, about to move into the big event.
Yeah, it was great to see
How
the
much?
countdown
How many
stuff,
more
but I
ways
do
can I
think
say
there's,
it's
like,
about to
maybe
happen?
One more thing we can sneak
It's coming
in there
soon.
before we cut away
Shortly. Not too distant
let's
future.
Squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in.
Brace yourselves
okay, so
for
this
it.
next franchise boasts a huge loyal community of nearly 6 billion hours. Incredible stat.
Yeah, they play that so much.
A lot.
They do.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a first look at the next chapter right now.
Minecraft Battle Royale.
Destiny.
Ah, fuck. This game is dead for me.
This game's dead for a lot of people.
It was just so bare bones. The shooting mechanics were great, but that was about it.
Just a couple victims of this brutal prize. Am I strong enough to let things just die?
It's like they're talking about themselves.
Yeah. Are you sitting further from your mic or quieter than you were last time?
Oh, I had turned it down a little bit for the recording.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good now.
Was that Kate Sticks or something?
I think that's what that's supposed to be.
Guess they got over the snark.
Destiny 2 Forsaken. When did that say it was
a
coming?
powerful new look at
September
Destiny
4th.
2 Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one. And
yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of buzz about
Powerful
that
stuff,
mode
Panic.
coming up, and guess what?
Powerful.
You can play it at our booth.
Powerful narrative.
But
Not too bad.
there's barely any time because we're about to get to the showcase.
That's right. We are really
we just-
seconds away
we
when it
just
comes down
don't
to it from
have,
the rest of PlayStation's E3
you know,
showcase.
any time left
Thank
because
you
the
so
showcase.
much for watching. We've got a
It's
lot
coming
more in
soon.
store
I swear.
tonight.
Just if you
but
just seconds
for now,
away.
I think it's
but-
almost time.
I think it's almost time. Should we
Is
get
it
to
time,
I think why
Panic?
keep
I
it
mean,
away?
maybe.
Let's get to it. We have so much more to cover.
Could we
We're
get
doing a
another
sandwich.
trailer
Got a lot
in?
more in store.
Could we just
So let's check it out live right now.
right now? It's happening now. Now.
I guarantee you, like, the production's like sitting in the ear, like, not yet, not yet, not yet,
Yeah.
not yet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Stall. Did they whitewash this shit?
I don't know. Sometimes when you're trying to find a dude that plays this instrument and you're in LA, there's only so many options. Because really, I'm going to say this is not exactly the most popular instrument for people on the west coast of the United States to be jamming out on. I don't give a fuck, he's killing it.
What happened to the church?
Fuck. Giving her.
He must be a beast in the bedroom.
He's actually so good that this room full of gamers has no idea how good he is. Killed it! I'm gonna write this down. Guy with epic...
Epic flute guy. Just
epic
done.
flute.
Epic flute guy. What do you think this is? Ghost?
I don't know, but the whole samurai ninja thing is very in vogue right now, so Ghost of Tsushima is a very real possibility.
Temple's close. Tom Cruise.
He's not White Panic, it's okay. We're okay. Oh, the filthy Mongolian!
You're gonna get some crap for that in the comments if people ever hear it.
Probably. Not realizing I'm just simply referencing South Park. Hey, it's a pretty good looking video game.
Yeah.
No, Microsoft showed the new FromSoft game that remarkably looks similar to this. But not nearly as graphically impressive. Shitty walk.
This actually isn't that graphically impressive.
Nobu, come!
It kind of is, but not at the same time. Like,
It's the difference between...
You can tell the tricks they're using.
Well, it's the difference between dumping a bunch of resources into texture and graphic fidelity versus getting the artistic side out.
Yeah.
And,
this part looks pretty cool, though.
It looks good. I'm not gonna say this is a mediocre looking game.
Yeah. What type of attack do you think they're gonna go more towards? Combat style, or like Last of Us style, or like Horizon Zero Dawn style?
Where are they?
When I say combat, I mean like Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
I don't think it's gonna be full Dark Souls. I think it's gonna be Onimusha.
That's a game I haven't heard of in a long time. That was a good one.
There are the ninjas. Samurai versus ninjas. Let's go. Assume the stance. Oh, salty. Oh.
That was just really casual.
Jin, you're late.
You're impatient.
The bastards beat me to him. Now they're torturing him at the temple.
Come on.
You think the monk's a hero?
We need him, Masako. Down.
We could take them.
No. Remember Sago Bridge. We strike quietly.
Problem is, Japanese archers didn't use bows with quivers on their back.
I'm not going to profess that I have any intimate knowledge of the breadth of Japanese archery.
I'll guard the exits.
I remember correctly, the side quivers.
Just get that.
There might have been a mix. I mean, side quivers could have just been for people that were standing in a line for long-range battle versus...
The Mongolians were the ones who used like the crazy ones where they just held the arrows in their hands.
Yeah, they had like 3 arrows at a time.
Yeah, they were ridiculous. Positional audio is actually coming across really well.
Please.
Yeah.
I do not understand.
You know what? This is actually more like Tomb Raider. Ooh.
Mmm. Oh, that was hot. That was hot.
Reinforcements.
It is kind of Ninja Gaiden, but it's not. It's slower than Ninja Gaiden.
It's way more deliberate.
It's very much more like Onimusha or Tenchu, with 2018
like mix all those games
gameplay
together.
gimmicks. Oh, salty.
Masako.
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Run! If we fight, Mongols win.
They already won.
Oh shit, Redfield.
You were my friend.
Give me luck.
No.
That's cinematic as fuck looking. Oh my god.
Oh, that background.
Yeah.
I also think you're a couple of seconds ahead of me.
Probably, just
not
refresh.
that far though. Yeah. Let's see this fight though.
You hear them coming? That's our enemy.
Oh shit. This is getting complicated. Oh my god. Kill herself or fight with them. Oh, that looked good.
They needed to weaken themselves to make it a little bit more fair for the Mongolians.
Yeah, how do you spell the last part of that again?
TSU Shima.
I guess close enough. Oh, thank God, there's that guitar playing banana again.
Ghost in the Shell. I think.
The oldest house
No.
is a shifting
The hair
place.
kind of threw me.
There are rules,
That was part of the video, Brady. The one person clapping. If it was the audience, that would have been amazing.
Sony's all up in the mocap these days.
Yeah, like hardcore mocap.
I think this is Sony's like take on Quantum Break.
We already had another game that was kind of Quantum Break, The Quiet Man, so... whatever this is. Now, why would you pull out from the It's Max Payne.
This is straight up Quantum Break.
I don't know, did you have, like, telekinetic abilities in Quantum Break?
Well, you pretty much like manifest thing. Well, do crazy shit.
It is Remedy. That's why it looks like...
Yeah. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's why it looks like Max Payne.
Like, is 505 Games just doing everything nowadays?
I guess.
I'm literally gonna look up what they are now. Nah, they're a publisher, that's why.
Anybody there?
Sony might be the only conference that actually mixed out their audio for the stream in stereo.
Yeah.
I'm putting you under arrest.
Toy Story, The Darkest Timeline.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Back, sir. I've got this.
The camera view, what are we?
Officer, you need help? What are you doing? Get off. No. Get off of me.
Could have done without that.
Oh, look what it is.
Well, it's been a while.
Money's in my
It's the
accounts.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Always a pleasure.
Might be.
All citizens, due to the citywide outrage.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
Whatever it takes to save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Need info on my extraction. Survival's your responsibility.
God damn it.
If this is a remake, it looks damn good for a remake.
Well, it's a remake, not a remaster, so they just built it from the ground up, right?
But we never meant for this to happen.
It's coming. It's coming back.
Yep.
You know who's gonna be all over that one? Jeff.
Yeah.
Actually, I think. Oh wow.
Nathaniel's too. Yeah, 20.
Yeah, Jeff and Nate.
January. Not that far out.
I'm liking that the dates are a lot closer in.
I'll play that. Jeff will play that. Nate's gonna play. Everyone's gonna. It's fucking Resident Evil 2. Everyone's gonna play the game.
From Squanch Games and the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy, and we're here at E3 to take some looks at this new game I'm going to show you right now. Trover Saves the Universe. Let's give it a look. Oh, whoa, there's some action platforming stuff in this little piece of shit. I'm the Bathtub Guy. I'm always in my bathtub, but, you know, that's not about me right now. It's about this game. Whoa, look at that. That's exciting footage I just saw. Oh, I'm playing it right now. Look at me. I'm a cool cucumber over here playing this cool game. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Somebody call 711 because that's the emergency dial number for this in this weird part of the galaxy. Because this is a sci-fi based thing. Help! He's got electrocuted.
This is me not laughing.
It's the fact that we couldn't get the rights to Rick and Morty, so we're making this instead.
Yo ho, a pirate's
Oh,
like for me.
fuck. I have to watch this again.
Why are you so happy? Because we get to be pirates again.
Yep, you always did like this world.
Still, it's a real shame we don't have a bigger ship.
A really good Johnny Depp.
Yeah, they all look pretty good. Pirates for everyone at this E3. Pirates for everyone. Oh, that frame rate.
There's gonna be so many people playing the shit out of this game.
And I will not be one of them.
You back in the organization?
Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
Jack, don't you give this creep the time of day.
Sora, stand down. It's the code. Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship when said pirate offers to confabulate.
I'm looking for a box.
Get them!
Sora!
Still no sound effects. Why do these things not have sound effects?
Farewell. Arendelle is safer with me staying up here.
Oh,
Please, go away.
And the unversed collected enough screams and sadness from those
They went all
children.
full-on Pixar on this.
time they were trashing our company in the process!
You're following her.
Maybe she's one of the 7 pure lights we need. The new 7 hearts.
Now, set your heart free.
No, every trailer is like this, Mark. As soon as this song kicks in, this is just their stylistic choice.
In fact, your reward might be right around the corner.
Hey, Axel.
Huh? Hey, liking the look. Got your hair, too.
January and February are gonna be big months.
HD 2.5, 11.8. Fuck whoever named these games.
Oh
man.
my god, 2.8? Final chapter prologue.
Fuck whoever named these games. I didn't even write that shit down. Fuck them. Fuck them. It's an aggressive celery stick. Oh, here we go. We're at Death Stranding.
Sam Porter Bridges,
Man, Microsoft is so fucked.
the man who delivers.
This whole generation's a write-off for them. We aren't seeing shit until 2022.
Tears. Chiral allergy.
Thank you, Don
So-
Matrick.
Yeah,
You have
shout out
dreams,
to Don Matrick,
What's your level?
who ruins literally every company he's hired to head.
You
All
can
right,
see
we
the
don't
light.
need games, guys.
No, but I can sense them.
We need NFL TV.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries.
Oh yeah, Microsoft knows they're fucked. They're playing the long game because they have to. They have no choice. What are they gonna do? Look at the barrage they're getting hit with. They're getting shit on. It's embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure this isn't going to have a date assigned to it.
I could see it happening.
This looks pretty janky still.
Is he just flat out carrying a corpse?
Looks like it.
Look at the graphics though. Do you see that hill? Damn.
Like some parts look way more done than others. The rain effects look pretty good.
Oh, that's safe. This cargo delivery is obviously very, very, very important. Oh no. No. No, thank you. We're good. I've done that before.
Katamari Norman Reedus.
Oh. That doesn't look right.
Oh. Well then.
headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches. But it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Beryllium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
What in the fuck is happening in this game, Panic?
Kojima!
I have no fucking idea. I'm just as lost as you. Like, what is the significance of the baby?
Well, there's a lot of life and death here, so...
Are they harnessing the baby energy to, like, make the death go away?
I think so.
We need concentrated baby power.
Bite a day keeps the timefall away.
You're too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
That was entirely unnecessary. Trisha Helfer? You wanna know who's kicking themselves right now? Konami.
No, they're not. They're just rolling in pachinko money.
Are they, though?
I don't know. If I had my choice, I'd all burn. Alright, now we're into Team Ninja.
They had a samurai game. They need to have a ninja game.
Ah, wow, okay. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh my God, Microsoft. Just get fucked.
Brian was all over Neo, if I remember correctly.
Dude, Neo is good, yeah. Oh my God. Stop it, it's already dead. Stop.
is no
secure, but I
prison on
can't
the
reach
suit.
them over radio.
Oh,
Their
Spider-Man.
comms must be down. What's your status?
Already here.
That's Spider-Man.
I thought you said it was secure.
It was. Let's go. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
Love the optimism. But in my experience, when it looks bad, it's usually worse. Look out! Yuri!
I'm slipping!
Hold on! You okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the party. Just in time for the fireworks.
Looks like we made parole, boys.
I'm out.
Electro? Why is he letting everyone out?
I'll head for the main control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party. Everyone just quietly go back into your cells and lock the door behind you. Okay? Please?
Pretty much an Arkham game.
Like fish in a barrel.
I've actually been wanting a game like this for a while.
That doesn't sound good. Oh, hi, Rhino.
Hope you like surprise, Spider.
Surprise? What is he talking about?
Hey, what's your status?
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I've put away in the last 8 years. No biggie.
Electro must be working for someone.
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
Charge him! Don't let up!
Lost you for a second there. You okay?
Not really. Electro, Rhino, and now Scorpion are all on the loose. What's going on in the rest of the prison?
Camera system's almost up. I'll give you a sit rep soon.
Okay, I'll keep tracking Electro.
Well, if I can actually make the game look like this when I play it, that's great.
All over this game.
I thought this was a chase.
Gotta stop this guy.
Like what a Sonic game should be.
Yeah.
Can't stop it. But I'm flattered that you still try.
Nobody ever takes me up on that offer.
Gotcha. Vulture, what?
Long time no see. We're going to have so much fun.
Sorry, no time to talk.
Okay, I got the security cameras back online.
How's it look?
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped. That makes 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the loose.
For a second there, I thought you were serious.
I am serious. I have to go. Some of them are heading into the city.
This is nuts.
Keep chasing. Party's almost over.
do you like my new suit? Dashing. Where'd you get it? It's an exclusive club.
He's fallen for that in the face twice now.
Remember,
He said not to kill him.
good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want to.
You?
Rip. Looked good, but again, it comes down to, can I make it look like that when I play?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just going to be like me just sloppily...
Well, I don't think you can make it look like that, but I think there are people who can.
Somebody else out there.
You do not hesitate.
That was the PlayStation E3 showcase. A lot to take in. There was a ton of great worldwide studios titles. We actually got a little more to share here coming right up. We're going to have first live gameplay of Marvel's Spider-Man right here, just a couple of minutes. We have a new game to announce. We have some other stuff to talk about too. What a show.
Oh my God.
What a new game to announce and show. What is happening?
There's no time.
Oh my goodness, Ghost of Tsushima looked absolutely incredible. Those
Didn't
that
they
color
just show
palette was
Spider-Man?
Insane.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with samurai movies?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ready.
It's just the embodiment.
I'm ready.
of the
Sucker punch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Meredith.
Oh, Resident Evil 2. Come on,
Yeah.
RE2. That looked so good. I know a lot of us fans have been waiting for that one. And there was like a moment where you're like, I'm not really sure I know what this is. And then as soon as he turned his head, I was like, yes!
And you get that that
so good.
RE4 style over-the-shoulder camera action. That's kind of like the ultimate dream if they were going to remake Resident Evil 2. That's what I would want. So awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Nice and gory.
Yeah.
As Meredith said backstage, Death Stranding. we now have more questions.
Yes, yes.
Way more questions.
More
But
questions.
it looks as if, I mean, I don't want to make any promises, but it looks as if we were getting kind of an allusion to a lot of gameplay in there and kind of what the character of Sam is going to be doing in this very unusual world that is inhabited by some very unusual and scary things.
And people consume strange and unusual.
Well, bugs.
Yeah, that
And
was.
babies continue to be a theme.
Yeah, it wasn't a myth.
Don't know what we're going to find out there, but yeah.
So a ton of great stuff in the show overall. I mean, Neo 2, that was a crowd pleaser. That was one that was great.
I was
to see
sitting
get out
here
there. We got
hoping
an
for
update on
Horizon 2,
Kingdom Hearts 3.
but
We got a lot of other great stuff. We have a new
a bit early
Remedy
for that, I
game.
think.
Remedy
yeah.
is on the way. Control. Really stylish trailer. Really looking to just. I want to learn more about that one. I mean, it just looks like wizards and like I don't know what I was looking at. But it was really stylish. I would expect no less from Remedy. But I got to say, I think my favorite was Marvel Spider-Man.
Spider-Man looked
That was
incredible.
incredible. We have these legendary
Thank God there were
villains
4
are back.
people
We
on
had
stage,
Rhino, Electro,
just enough
Vulture.
people
I'm missing
to
some.
talk
Who else
about
were there? I mean, just one
the
after
4
another.
games.
That was Electro.
So many.
Spider-Man was not in a good space. At the
No,
beginning
it
of
was
the trailer.
it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. So we're going to see live gameplay of that in just a minute or two here. But I say we actually take this moment to announce a new game. What do you think?
Do it.
Okay, do it.
So
All right,
nonchalant.
thank God. Then we can stop watching
Hits
it.
keep coming.
Yeah.
So you guys
What
know
do you
From
get?
Software.
Absolutely.
I'm aware
From
of
Software,
They
that's a
have
game
created a lot of
developer.
great games over the year. Well, they
awkward.
have been busy working on a PlayStation VR game.
Oh, VR.
Oh,
And it is
no.
quite
From
a
Soft
departure
VR
from the kinds
game?
of games that we sort of know them for, but it's very, very
No,
interesting.
no,
And
no.
I'd like to see the first footage of that right now.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Aren't you excited? You're going to be a fairy. And live in the world where time stands still. Where nobody can see what you're up to ever again.
Hey, Panic.
Yes.
You're going to be a fairy.
I don't understand.
Okay, Decine, that's From Software's new title coming to PlayStation VR. Quite a departure, very artistic. Still don't know a
What
ton
was the
about how
name?
it actually plays yet, but certainly
missed
a
it.
compelling debut, I would say.
I don't
and
know
speaking
what I
of
was
compelling,
watching.
let's get to that Spider-Man. It is time.
We have some folks from Insomniac
We surely
here.
do.
Brian, Adam, gentlemen,
Hey,
welcome
how
to
you
the
guys doing?
program. It's so great to have you here. I just have to say, first of all, thank you guys for giving us your time.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
just
Happy
want
to
to
be
say,
here.
first of
and
all,
also,
thank you for
congratulations,
allowing me to
kinda-
press the mute button on this, because I'm not going to watch another like hour of whatever is going on there. We're going to do a recap, Panic.
Oh.
We're going to do a recap, and then I can let you be on your way, and I have to get back to editing all the magic. Oh. You let me know when you're ready.
I am recording as of now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is just on the other side of the PlayStation, the Sony conference. We're going to get this recap just started in any second. It's going to happen. It's coming. They're sitting down right now, Panic. It's shortly going to begin. Things are happening. We're going to talk about it, but first, no, it is just seconds away. We are, in fact, going to talk about some games, and they're coming out on stage at any moment. We are going to begin. Last of Us 2 happened, Panic.
They took us to church, bro.
Yep, they did. They took us.
church hardcore.
They took us to church on Malta. So there's a multiple meanings in that, if you thought about it, I suppose. But The Last of Us 2 happened. If we didn't know already that Ellie was gay, then we know now. And that was a very wet sounding kiss. It was in stereo sound in my headphones. It was lovely to hear all of the mouth sounds for that.
You
but
truly understood the art and effort
Yeah, the
that went
gravity.
into the mixing of
Yes.
the conference, because They clearly did not hire the NASL sound guy.
No, definitely not. Or at the very least, definitely not the Ubisoft team, because I know
Well,
you didn't see.
I think the NASL sound guy was on the Ubisoft team. From what
It had to have been, honest to God. So yeah, it was quite something. But yes, Last of Us 2 happened. We got some gameplay. It was actual gameplay, but it was also like tool-assisted gameplay. And that it was so well set up that obviously
extremely well scripted.
Yeah, it was extremely well scripted. It basically just ended up looking like a cutscene by the end of it. But yeah, it looks surprise. It's a Naughty Dog game. It looks great. It sounds great. Looks like it plays pretty well and just kind of in line with the first game, but a lot more intense. I would say there's some intensity in 10 cities.
Very atmospheric.
Yeah, for sure. That was probably the biggest takeaway from what we got to see was just how intense that game, in terms of the tone, is likely to be. So that happened. That was really cool. There was a needlessly long banjo introduction before we actually got to saw that long trailer. But it happened, and then they swapped venues. And in between, we got some little tidbits like Black Ops 3 is going to be free with PlayStation Plus starting tonight. Destiny 2, getting that Forsaken DLC coming September 4th. Oh, there was the guy with the epic flute.
Yeah. There's 2 franchises I didn't care about that you just mentioned, so
yeah,
that's my recap on those 2.
Yeah, but epic flute guy, I think everyone can appreciate epic flute guy.
He brought it home.
That was quite impressive. Definitely brought it back around just in time for us to see Ghost of Tsushima. I'll let you give your thoughts on that first.
Are we posting the actual full videos from the conference, like talk along, or no?
Yes. Yeah, those go to YouTube, and then these recaps go to the RSS feeds.
Yeah, no, just so if anyone actually has gone ahead and watched that, I was talking about how I was actually a little disappointed in the graphics, but I was thinking about it more as the conference went on. And when one of the guys had mentioned, I realized that no, that actually probably was very intentional the way they did all of that. And it's now grown on me a lot more. Like I just remembered how all those old samurai movies looked, and just it looks very meticulously detailed, especially with the color saturation and how they did all the colors. So it was one of the when I started thinking about it more, I'm looking back and I'm like, I'm really glad I have a PlayStation Pro because I'm gonna really enjoy that game. So I'm pretty pumped. It looked like a mix of a bunch of like games that we already kind of have out. Like it has kind of like the moving around and like skulking around, kind of like Tomb Raider and like Horizon Zero Dawn. But the combat system kind of looked interesting. I need to see more because there wasn't a lot. It looked like it was like in some mode where there's no UI or anything. So I'm curious how that combat system kind of evolves or how you know the moves and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It seemed very like technical.
It's very possible too that just for the sake of showing it off, that they just turned the
UI off.
The UI off. Because
it looked very
was
technical and like rock paper scissory mechanic-y. So it could be very cool.
Yeah, which would make sense. You know, they did that kind of with Neo, where the stances played a big role in you know how effective you were going to be in combat, and I suspect it's probably going to be very much the same with that game. Stylistically, yeah, it looks fantastic, super cinematic. The scenes that we saw, if you didn't get a chance to see it yet, definitely go check out what they showed at the Sony conference because it was very pretty to look at for sure.
That actually might be my favorite from the conference.
It was definitely. It's probably mine too. It's pretty close. I mean, there was some big heavy hitters for the Sony conference. Honestly, it was pretty impressive. The next game that we saw was Control by Remedy. Kind of looked like a bit like Quantum Break, but like way better combat, I guess. But yeah, it definitely, when we were watching it, the first thing coming out of my mouth was this looks like Max Payne, and then we found out later that it was Remedy that made the game, and it all made sense. But what was your takeaway on that one?
That one did not resonate with me at all. Like I looked at it, and I played a bunch of Remedy games in the past. I'll wait and see on that one. Like I loved Alan Wake. I love Max Payne. I even like Quantum Break a lot, but that one for some reason it didn't resonate with me.
Yeah, I wasn't like dying to play it myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't. It seemed uninspired. Like I feel like if every time I see a game now that has a scene where you're in a room where all the walls are just cubed up and moving, and I feel like that shit is like 2008.
It's getting overdone.
Yeah, I don't need to see that anymore. Like, come up with a different way of showing me that this is a weird and wonderful room that I'm in.
Inception.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. It didn't really grab me. Maybe it turns out to be a good game. It is Remedy, so we'll have to keep tabs on it. But didn't really grab me right off the bat. What did grab me, and probably many other people, was that we immediately got to roll right into Resident Evil 2's remake. That's a ground-up remake on that bad boy with the Resident Evil 4 combat style coming January 2019. What did you think about what we saw for that?
This is the tricky part for me. I'm not a horror game person, so like I wasn't a huge fan of the Resident Evil stuff. But that being said, I understand like the significance of the franchise, and it looked awesome. It's not like my kind of game. I don't like jump scare games.
That's perfectly fair. Resident Evil 2,
it's like an iconic game.
It is an iconic game. I mean, the first 3 really are iconic, and then 4 is odd. I don't actually really like this, which is going to sound absolutely insane. I don't like 4's combat style, the over-the-shoulder thing. I just preferred even with the tank controls, you know, the isometric camera, the baked in camera views, because it just like in a weird way, despite the fact that, you know, if the controls were better, which they inevitably got better within the genre where people were using that style of camera, it adds to the atmosphere because you don't get to just free look everywhere you go, kind of thing. And I don't know, it just always felt weird to me when they changed it, and it made it feel too actiony. That was the other thing, was Resident Evil went from a survival horror to just like an action shooter after that, and so it was
they kind of lost their essence to what they were doing. They kind of lost grasp of what it was.
Yeah, and so some people are definitely more of a fan of that. Yeah, but I wasn't necessarily one of those people, so hopefully they take that combat style, but they make it less about that and more about feeling like a survival horror, which is what the original did. So hopefully they can keep that. But it looked great. Obviously, you know, this is 2018. We're getting a complete ground up remake. Definitely looked good, and I'm sure it's going to make a lot of people happy.
Oh yeah.
After that,
we were actually talking about it. Like I know you and Jeff are going to jump on, and Nate's definitely going to jump on. A lot of people we know are just going to be all.
It will be streamed heavily.
Yeah.
I will just toss that out there. It will be streamed heavily by many people for sure. After that, we got Trover Saves the Universe, which was like the sort of Rick and Morty thing with the voice actors and everything, and it didn't really. They tried to be funny. They weren't. That's shocking. I know. I don't even know what the game is because they spent more time on the shtick than the actual game. So, you know, I'm Pickle Rick. Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 happened again, but this time we saw something different. Panic. It wasn't the same trailer that we saw everywhere else. Thank God. We actually got more to a degree, and that was in the form of the Pirates of the Caribbean cast of characters.
Is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
I think it's just, you know, whether or not you swallowed your saliva before you say the word. Potato. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what was your what did, like? Are you a Kingdom Hearts person? Because I feel like you're either a diehard or you just don't fucking care at all.
Here's the catch. I love that style of game, but I wasn't a PlayStation person back when the first ones came out. So I was early on. I was like Dreamcast and Xbox. And because like my cousins and stuff had the PlayStation, so we'd always get the other console. plus my brother and I were like into different types of games at the time, and PlayStation didn't have that kind as much. So Kingdom Hearts is one of those games that I've always wanted to play, and 3 looks awesome, but at the same time, especially at the end of their little segment where they showed all the different ones, it's just way too daunting for me to like sit down and be like, yeah, I'm gonna play through these like 500 hours of games to try to get an idea. No, that's not on my list. As much as I may want it to be, because it looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm people hate me for this, honest to God, because it's one of those games. It's like when I say that I think Nier Automata isn't nearly as good as people make it out to be. I think the Kingdom Hearts games are just overrated.
I wouldn't. I'm jumping in. I don't think they're necessarily overrated. Like from what I've seen, they're extremely well executed and well done. But it's kind of like that whole Harry Potter phenomenon where people are just like diehard fanatics of it. But you have to realize it is kind of geared toward. It's like it's like an adult game geared towards younger kids.
Well, that's fine. Like I've played lots of games that are geared towards younger people. I don't give a shit about the age range of the game. Like it doesn't bother me at all. When I say it's not that it's overrated, it's not because it's a kiddie game and I don't want to play kiddie games. That's not it at all. I mean, and I would challenge you on that, because I will watch streams of people playing this game and the diehards obviously going and watching, and then everyone is constantly saying, yeah, this part isn't all that great and that part's not all that great. And by the time it's all said and done, you realize that like 90% of this shit is nostalgia. And the game isn't actually all that fantastic. It's just, do you like Disney characters? And did you play this game when you were 8? This is like the two features behind Kingdom Hearts. Because you watch that trailer, honest to God, you can objectively fucking tell me that game looks truly fantastic and isn't just cringy ass dialogue, even for a children's title. They're not making this game for 8-year-olds anymore. Panic. This is a game that's like 6, 7, 8 years in the making. They know that their audience is now old as fuck. You get a bunch of people in their mid-late 20s. Or older getting ready to play this game. So like just the cringe factor is real, and it's about Disney. If you like Disney, everything else about this game is pretty much not going to matter, because again, when I went and I was curious about Kingdom Hearts when 3 started being talked about more, I went back and just watching streams and finding people who loved the game, because I want to know why are they so much in love with this game. And all I saw, even from the diehards, was, this part isn't all that great, and you just gotta, you'll get past this part, it's okay, and this on-rail shooter thingy isn't all that great, or this segment's not all that hot, this boss is really annoying, and it's just like, it's like an endless list of if this but that's and whatever, and it's rarely like, this is just, this was a really cool mechanic, and this is awesome, and the writing was great, and it's amazing, and yeah, so anyway, it's whatever. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be huge. It's going to sell lots of copies, and people are going to be very happy with it. Yeah. And it will sell PlayStations, and I'm thrilled for everyone who loves it. It's like what Jeff said, Disney fans are a totally different breed. It's a wildly different breed. But it at least graphically looks like it's nice.
It looks like they put a lot of thought and effort into it. Like I was looking at some of the other worlds they had in there with the characters and stuff.
Yep.
It's some pretty high quality animation.
Yeah. I hope that it runs better than we saw in the trailers, because there was a whole lot of really low frame rates.
Jank.
Yeah. Lots and lots of low frame rate jank, but they've got some time to tune it up yet, so that's just fine. Then we got lots and lots of questions, because we saw Death Stranding with like the first what you could call gameplay, I suppose, and then hints at what is likely to become gameplay elements based on what we saw, would be how I would word it.
I only had one word for everything we saw in Death Stranding.
What's that word?
K?
K? Nani? There's just a whole lot of just question marks everywhere. It was
it's the meme. It's the meme guy with the question marks appearing.
Just K?
Like, what just happened?
Yeah, just what did I just witness? Lots of babies again. Lots of just questions brought up. But
I got more questions than answers.
It looked good. It's still intriguing to me. Its shock value is definitely there in
Norman Reedus.
spots. Norman Reedus is in the game. Mads Mikkelsen is in the game. What else do you want? Kojima is running wild by himself without Konami.
So, this is gonna again come out eventually, but that's probably not gonna be a game I'm gonna play. But I'm probably gonna read a lot about and then watch some other people play.
That's perfectly fair. I think it's going to be a game that's going to
be a long-ass game.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be long. It's going to be like 80 hours of cutscenes, knowing Kojima. And it might even be something that I watch instead of play.
I don't have time for that kind of investment.
Yeah,
as awesome as it looks. I'll also just be confused.
It's tough. I mean, we'll see what happens when it comes out. Maybe it doesn't end up being 80 hours of cutscenes, and Kojima takes us for a bit of a spin. But definitely... There's still there. You know what's great about this game is that even though we've seen multiple trailers and we're starting to see gameplay and whatnot, despite all of that, we still don't have like a single answer to anything, and we're still asking more questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Normally by this point, because of the way it's written or what's being shown, people are capable of breaking that down. This game is so wild that
no one has any clue what's going on.
No one has an absolute clue about what's happening. So that's quite impressive to me. Quite impressive to me. So Death Stranding happened. Then there was a curveball. Out of nowhere, Neo 2 crops up. I kind of like thought to myself, maybe Neo 2 happens. I didn't mean at E3 this year, but I thought, Neo was relatively successful.
I thought they'd save Neo for like another trade event or something.
Yeah.
But they didn't dropped it there.
They just wanted to bury Microsoft as under as much dirt as humanly possible, and they just said, fuck it, toss Neo 2 out there. Make it happen. We didn't see a heck of a lot. We just saw enough to know that it was Neo 2.
That's pretty much just a teaser intro.
But if you know Neo, odds are you're already on board because Neo was a really well done game, and if they can expand on that and tighten it up for the second one, that's even better. I'm sure it's going to do very well. After that, Spoderman. Give me your thoughts on Spoderman.
So, I've randomly brought it up in the podcast, I think, before, but in general, there was this really old game that Bungie made called Oni, where it was like based on like an anime universe thing, and it had a very well done for its time. Because this game was like,
I remember Oni.
Like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But it had a really kick-ass martial arts and fighting system. And I had always thought that Arkham was going to give me that fighting style, but it didn't quite capture it. But I was watching that video, like the combat in Spider-Man, if it plays out like it did in that trailer or the gameplay demo they did, would be pretty friggin' sick. And I finally think it's like the good pace of like speed, melee combat, range combat, and like jumping around. I think it'll be awesome. That's actually, between that and Ghost of Tsushima, those were probably the two things I actually liked the most in the Sony conference. Spider-Man, from what I saw there, that's probably going to be on my I'm going to pick it up as soon as it comes out list. Just because I've been looking for that kind of action game for a while. I know that's kind of a little different from what you guys were talking about when you guys initially saw it last year. But
Jeff was pretty positive.
He was pretty into it too. Yeah,
I was
like,
just
there was nothing
thinking,
negative. You guys were just like, I don't know if I'm gonna like get that immediately, but it looked cool.
Yeah, like my takeaway from it is just that what tends to happen with these games is that it shows very well, and then when you get it, you can't quite make it look like the way that you saw it when you see it at these shows.
Yeah,
it takes away from it a bit, and then it just becomes like another button masher, kind of like the Arkham games are all button mashers at the end of the day. So like you can make them not button mashers, but I'm gonna say the vast majority of people.
I actually disagree on the Arkham part there, because like, yeah, you could mash buttons, but like once you got the hang of the combat system, there was actually like Rocksteady got a really good feel for timing and pacing, so like knowing when to do your hits and dodges and stuff. So I feel like they kind of had that down.
No,
so
and I'm not.
A robust system.
That's why I was elaborating a bit there. But I still think that the majority of people that played it when I say button mashing, I'll clarify a bit more. Is I don't literally mean face rolling your controller or keyboard, but more about the fact that you end up finding comfortably a couple of combinations that just seems to work into your situation, and you just roll with it. There's not. I didn't see that many people, and a lot of people streamed those Batman games whenever they came out. I didn't see a heck of a lot of people experimenting like crazy and doing some wild shit. They'd find like a handful of stuff that would just work, and they just roll with it. And then every combat situation looked pretty damn similar. And so when I saw Spider-Man last year and Spider-Man now, and it looked so fluent, and it looked absolutely amazing. The combat looked great. He was jumping off pillars. He was environmental kind of interactions. There's tons of just interactions with even stuff that the enemies were holding in terms of like shields and whatnot, and really doing some spectacular stuff and like super fluid chase sequences. And I just know that that's not likely going to be what the game actually ends up kind of playing out like. It can, but the odds are pretty slim. And so that's my only concern with it. Otherwise, I think it looks great. I think it sounds great. I think that it seems like it has a pretty good premise. You can kind of, by the end of that trailer, you had an idea of where the story was going to be going to a degree. They're keeping some of their stuff close to their chest, but you can kind of tell where it's ultimately going. And I think it looked good overall for sure. And I'm going to be watching it from a distance. That one's probably going to be one I watch. Jeff will probably end up playing, I'm sure, on stream or something. And I'll watch him play it. But no, it looks like it's coming along real well, for sure.
Nice.
Then the last thing, after the conference had technically ended, and then they were like, but wait, there's more. Like it was an afterthought, but it happened. They announced a FromSoft game that's a VR title. And I still
totally missed it.
I still don't know what the name was for this game. But it was basically, I don't even know what it was. It almost
Deracine or Deracine.
Yeah, it was something. It looked French because it had a couple of like accents, and it looked like it was probably a French name, but I couldn't quite figure it out because I read it. I read the text, and then I heard the guy at the very far left of the table say the name, and I'm positive he had to have butchered it, and then I just couldn't figure it out.
I pulled up some text, and it says, here's how Sony describes it.
Okay.
As a spirit summoned by a young girl in a secluded boarding school, the player must prove its existence and build a unique bond with the students through clever interactions. As the mystery of the story unfolds, the spirit must use its ability to manipulate the forces of life and time to change the fate of the pupils.
Wow, that's wild. Okay. All right, well, that sounds intriguing anyway. I don't know why it needs to be in VR, but I guess ultimately there's probably going to be some mechanics that end up making that make sense. But definitely, it's different from the usual FromSoft fare, to say the least. So we'll keep tabs on it when we find out some more, and maybe we see more at the show this year, or maybe we have to wait a bit longer, maybe TGS or something at some point. I don't know, but there you have it. That was Sony's whole show. It was a good show, aside from the fact that they stalled like crazy after Last of Us 2.
I didn't really see anything bad. Like I enjoyed everything I saw. There were things that weren't necessarily my speed, but I think it was pretty well executed.
There wasn't anything particularly new here either. A lot of the stuff we had seen last year at last E3.
Was there anything you would have wanted to see? Like for me, I was thinking like FF7, just even anything update wise. But like
when we didn't see it at Square Enix's, I was pretty sure we weren't going to see it at Sony's. I'm a little surprised we didn't, because I feel like the community is probably a little iffy about that. Anyone who knows that they've basically lost a year or two worth of progress because they had to back away from their collaborative work with that developer and move it in-house. So being able to see some of it might have been able to like put some people, at ease. And it's kind of wild to me that it wasn't there in some way, shape, or form. So that's definitely, I would agree with that one. I know it was a little soon, but part of me was hoping for some sort of I didn't need to see gameplay or anything, but I just wanted to see, Horizon Zero Dawn as a sequel, that it's happening, it's in the works, it's coming, and just tell me that it's like the end of 2019, because I have a feeling that's probably what we're going to see anyway, is 2019, but maybe they're holding it close to the chest until next E3, and then they'll be able to say coming.
They probably don't want people dissecting it too much
In the fall. Yeah, exactly. But that was really the only thing the only two that I would say. I don't think there was too much more outside of that. They pretty much nailed everything else, including the guy with the epic flute. What more can you ask for when you get all of that plus the epic flute guy? So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's going to be just about it for the Sony presser. That was a wild day. I've got some more editing to do to upload this stuff. There's 4 conferences in one day. We made it happen. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is the final conference. It's Nintendo's Treehouse event thing. So I'll be there anyway, and then Panic will be at work. Panic will be at work, and Jeff will probably be, I don't know, racing some Asian in a tuned-out Honda Civic somewhere in Halifax. But I'll be here for that, and we'll see what Nintendo has to bring to the table. But that's it for our coverage for this. So thank you so much for listening once again, and until we see you tomorrow, enjoy your E3.